Do you believe the NFL has done enough for some of these former players?
I'm not going to say enough. I mean, some guys, of course, they get taken care of right away. A lot of guys wait years and years and years just to get rewarded something that they deserve. So I can go back and forth with that all day. But at the same time, it's like, yes, the NFLPA with the trust, we're trying to make things better. We're trying to make sure that guys are taken care of in some capacity. We started out in the 2012 collective bargaining agreement where the NFL owners have agreed to basically put together some funds or pledge funds every year for a 10-year contract. So we're up for renewal soon this year. This is our 10th year. We're actually going to different city doing our 10-year anniversaries. But overall, I think it's getting a little better. Can a lot more be done? Yes. But there are stipulations here and there. And, we're working to change that at every moment. Have we helped a lot of guys? Of course, we've helped thousands of guys either, get a sound and insane mind. If they have a drug abuse problem, then we can got facilities that would actually help them. And, it's just other benefits, them finding medical issues that was wrong with them when they go to our, brain and body exams, even at Cleveland Clinic, Tulane, UNC, General Mass, all of those different locations is available for those guys. So it's amazing, man, just being able to help these guys help myself after the fact, and, try to get everyone on the right track and just continue to try to make things happen and change.
What have you seen so far over the last 2 or 3 years from these corners that are getting drafted, and why they've been more dominant at that position than we've seen over the 5 years before that?
I look at it like this. There was a little transition. You only had a few teams that kind of ran those type of run shoot offense or 5 wides, 4 wides type of offense before, which was, pretty much San Francisco 49ers. You might have had the Houston Oilers at the time. The Tennessee Titans was the Houston Oilers back then. Mm-hmm. And then they became, whatever. So back then it was a little, I'm not going to say easier because it wasn't easier to play the game. It was better for us because we, as defensive backs, we could be a little physical. Mm-hmm. During my time is when they changed it. Every year, man, the referees come into the locker room and they tell you the do's and this year's do's and don'ts, and they're all the don'ts. It was basically on against our team. You see the Ravens, on there. No more slamming the quarterback. No more this. No more that. And it was all of our plays. So it was like, man, is this? They got it in against the Ravens. I guess our defense was so good. But these corners these days, they're pretty good, man. They have to be even better. I'll tell you why. Even though they've changed the offense, the referees is not on their side. Uh-huh. They've changed it offensively where they want more points being scored. They want more entertainment, and I can understand that. Entertainment pays the bills, right? Uh-huh. But when it comes to referees, they can call a penalty at any time. Anytime they see something on the field, they can throw the flag if they want to. And that's why I feel like they kind of control the game. But now, as a defensive back, man, those guys, if you're good as a defensive back right now, you're really good.
Bill Belichick's been in the storylines a lot. He might be leaving the Patriots. Robert Kraft might get rid of him. So what was he like when you were there, the 1 year you were there in 2005 as a head coach? And what are your thoughts on this whole storylines with Belichick recently?
My experience there in New England was with Belichick. I mean, it was good. It was a positive situation. He allowed I'm not going to say inmates to run the asylum, but he did give the veterans, you had 6, 7, 8 years in, gave them a lot of breaks, gave them a lot of control if they were true leaders. And, it was his way or no way. So basically, regardless of rather him giving guys the leeway to control the team, he was always strictly business. If you wasn't about that, you couldn't fit in there. So that's one thing about it. He stayed there in and out. I don't think he ever went home when I was there. I think he must got a Royal King suite up in that stadium somewhere because that was his office all the time.